92% of courses lose momentum after the first year. If you're interested in learning how to create an online course that students are excited about, are actually getting transformations, and are excited to share with other people, then lock in, because I'm going to show you exactly how to get excitement back to your online course after your first launch. So here's why online courses flop after the first launch. The thing is that most experts, they don't think about what happens after the launch. They spend all their energy focusing on, how am I going to launch this course? How many webinars? What challenges? How much money am I going to spend in ads? If they even properly launch it, right? But I'm talking to those that did launch, got some sales, but they don't think about what happens after people actually buy the course. What is the post-engagement strategy? What is the journey that the students are actually going to go in after they actually buy from you? A lot of entrepreneurs focus on making money and not on the transformation. But I know that if you're watching this video, you are an expert. You are someone that is interested in getting people results and not just in getting paid. So if you don't focus on the engagement strategy after the launch, then here's what's going to happen. Students are going to stop vanishing. You're not going to get your testimonials, and you're probably never going to sell another course again. Or you might launch again, but you won't have any proof behind what you're teaching, which is not the purpose of an online course. I always show my clients how to use online courses to grow their brand, impact as many people as possible, and add passive income to their business. But none of this matters if people don't actually finish the course and if they don't get transformation. So here's the first thing that is stopping people from making more sales after their first launch. So as I mentioned, the first part to why courses are not successful, right? Because to me, a successful course is a course that is growing your brand, that is organically bringing people in, and that you're getting results, right? And the first part is what I just mentioned, the post-engagement strategy. So what are people experiencing once they enter your course? What does that onboarding experience look like? Have you thought about, as you're creating the course, what are the points in the course that people may need a little bit more support in? And have you put in those elements in the course to support them in that aspect so that they're actually able to get results? Do you have any accountability involved in the course, right? A lot of times people buy courses because they don't have the time, which means that they're really busy individuals. So have you thought about what are some things that you can put in your course to ensure that people are getting engaged? Here are some things that you can do, right? So when I develop online courses, like I mentioned, I talk to my client who is the expert in what we're creating the course around, and identify what are the points in the course where you feel like people are going to need more support. If we know that they're going to need more support in these areas, then a lot of my clients, we kind of time when the course content drops, right? So we can time when the emails, right? Emails drop that is encouraging them, that's going to give them more support. We can think ahead of, in this lesson, in this module, we need to have additional resources, AI resources, templates, swipe files, right? Swipe files just means that you're giving people a template that they can actually just use, right? So if you're giving them an email sequence template, they're able to use that format, use AI or whatever, or recreate it themselves, right? Before AI, that's what we used to do, using your framework, using your framework and your format, right? So again, are you identifying those key points, and are you adding engaging elements to the course that's going to ensure that they will get results? And you will know what those points are because you're an expert. So again, I'm speaking to experts who are actually teaching content that they know. So you should know what points people tend to ask you more questions about. People get frustrated around, right? A lot of my clients, they're already teaching in some capacity. They're doing one-on-one work. They have a live group coaching program. So these are things that they would know. Here's the next thing that you need to do in order to ensure that your course is not just a one-time launch, but that you're able to actually create it ecosystem that is continuously bringing you money and continuously bringing people to you and continuously getting people results. Okay, you've got to change your mindset from just being a course creator or someone that's launching a course to a course operator. So when I'm creating online courses, the first question that I ask my clients is, how are we going to use this course in your business ecosystem? So we create online courses that should naturally push people to the next service in your business, right? People should know what the next step is in order to work with you to get results. In order for us to do that, I have to look at your current offers, or we need to develop other offers that seamlessly take people from your course to your next program or to your next offer, whatever that is, right? Perhaps you want to use an online course because you want to be booked for more speaking engagements. How are we making sure that the course is letting people know that they can book you for speaking engagements and that they understand it's a natural next progression? What kind of course are we creating for the people that would actually be in position to hire you as a speaker? If you have a mastermind and you want to use this course as a quick win, what do they need to know in that course in order to get them ready for the mastermind, in order to get them prepared? What are some wins we can get them here to get them ready for that? So again, thinking about how to actually leverage the course in your actual ecosystem. How are we using this course, whether it's your entry-level offer, your signature program, or a mid-ticket offer? How are we using that to continue to push people to get more results, to get you more money, and to have a continuous flow of students consistently coming? Number 3, here is something else that people need to keep in mind to ensure that after you launch, people don't just ghost, that you're actually getting people results and you're able to get more students in your program. This is called gamification. Gamification is when you add elements, like I was kind of alluding to earlier, that basically gets people recognized for what they're doing, right? If you have a community that's going along with the course, do you have badges that people can download and actually showcase in the community they actually are progressing forward, right? Are you having live sessions that people can share their wins? Like, are you asking for people to share their wins, right? Is there a way, and we're doing this a lot for our clients, we are creating gamification inside of the course, right? Is there a way that they can learn the content in a fun way, right? Again, my background is in learning design. So we're always thinking of, this is the information, but what is the best way to illustrate this information so that the student that is watching this can actually get results? And in order to do that, you need to be engaged. So gamification is the answer. Your course should not just be one directional. It should not just be audio. It should not just be text. It should not just be video. It should have different elements that gets people engaged and surprised. Other things that we're doing is adding like confetti, adding like motivational prompts, not motivational prompts, but like little blurbs that come in and say like, you go girl, like here, like encouragement, right? Because depending on the content, we know what the person needs. So again, this is all really going back to what I was saying earlier about ensuring that you understand the client journey, and the overall goal of the course, this should be a very important part of your ecosystem to get people into the next offer. And then here is my last secret that I'm going to share with you today. AI powered support. With AI around, we need to ensure that we are using these amazing tools that we have in place. For instance, my team and I, we are able to create AI agents for your online course that are getting people results much faster. We are able to create interactive worksheets that are not just simple worksheets, but look more like an app in order to ensure that people are actually completing the assignments that we took so much time to actually create together to ensure that they're going to get results, right? Because everything is intentional. One thing I don't believe in is giving too much content just for the sake of giving too much content. You should be giving content that aligns with the objectives of the course. The objectives of the course should be the key milestones that people need to go through to ensure that they're actually getting results. Okay, so again, these are the things that you have to think about as you're thinking about past the launch, right? I know you're spending all your time on the launch process, and let me know below if you want me to do a video on how to actually properly launch an online course, because a lot of people think that courses are not profitable anymore, but they're really not just spending the time to actually launch. So here's your next steps. I've created a free resource just for you that's going to show you simple things that you can do to gamify your online course, how you can use AI in your course. All of the things that I talked about today to ensure that you're not part of the 92% and you're actually successful with launching your online course. And listen, if you want someone to take this completely out of your hands, this is exactly what we do at the agency, the course agency, Create, Launch, and Profit. We look at you as an expert and completely take from your hands your expertise by thinking about how can we best showcase your genius and how can we do this in the most profitable way possible. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget, your 7-figure course is waiting.